All right, what's up, Crown Council Live? Stuart Anderson here. Grateful to be with you today. It is January 4th, and this is our live stream program where we share everything that's going on in Crown Council, our upcoming events, connect with you as a community, and hopefully make you feel like this is a group, a community that hears you and especially shares with you some of the best practices and things that are happening in our neck of the woods. It's just me today. As you know, it's an extremely busy time of year for the Crown Council office. Quick anecdote. Somebody bought a clock here at the Crown Council office about a year ago, and it is a countdown clock that syncs to the exact moment that the opening video will play at the annual event. And so this countdown clock sits right in our office, and it is just ticking down the time when the annual event will start and we will be together. It was funny. That clock was funny last March, where we were like, ha ha ha, 340 days until the next annual event. Now it says, 20 days till we're together. So super grateful that we'll be gathering in Austin. We are still having people sign up. We had a bunch of signups yesterday. So if you are watching or want to be part of the annual event, we encourage you to do so. This is our annual gathering of all the Crown Council members. We will be in Austin, and it is going to be an incredible show with presenters, team training, awards, Smiles for Life recognition, everything that you need to jumpstart your year. We are planning and are looking forward to being together. A few things that are also happening. Smiles for Life is happening now. So don't wait until March to get your office signed up and set up for Smiles for Life Whitening 2024. We are shipping out boxes, T-shirts, buttons, posters, pass-along cards. They're all going out right now. So reach out to the Crown Council office, email me or call 1-800-276-9658, and we will get your office set up for Smiles for Life. We would love to have you participate. All Crown Council offices should participate in doing good with us in the Smiles for Life Whitening Foundation. We are going to revisit today some of my most favorite moments from the last year. As you know, over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, we have had an incredible influx of new members from our Young Dentist program. Our Young Dentist, I'm going to navigate to a screen real quick. So this is my desktop. As you can see, this is just crowncouncil.com. And on the main site, there is a link here for Young Dentist program. We have been running a Young Dentist program for almost 19 years with the help of Dr. David Hornbrook and Utah Valley Dental Lab. And as you can see here, it is an expertly mentored training and support experience for all of the young dentists who are joining Crown Council. And this has been a huge part of our growth and connecting with the young 1 to 5 years out of dental school joining the Crown Council. As you can see here, this is a group that probably participated with us, I think, in 2001 or 2021. We're going to watch an interview with our group from 2022 and then 2023. And each group has grown to about 45 to 50 new Crown Council members as part of our Young Dentist program. Just an incredible opportunity to be together. I'm going to share this little video.
Hello, I'm Dr. David Hornbrook, and for the last 15 years, I've had an unbelievable experience working with what I think are some of the finest dentists in the United States. Now, what's unique about this is they're not just any dentists, they're young dentists. I've had the opportunity to sit down, mentor, teach, and truly get to know these young dentists. The Young Dentist program gives you an opportunity for camaraderie, mentorship, leadership, and to make new friends to help you network and be a successful dentist. I invite you, and as many of your young friends as you'd like to bring along, to join this incredible group, the Crown Council Young Dentists.
All right, very good. Emotional music. That's great. I'm going to share an interview that we had with our last year's participant. So you'll hear this story, but each year the young dentists all nominate a patient that we can all vote on and then work on together. And I'm going to share the story of the last 2 years' patients with you today. It's inspiring, fun to see, and especially to know that we're part of something that is really, Dr. Hornbrook calls this change a smile, change a life, which truly it is. So you're going to hear these stories, and I'll share these two videos with you today. So, all right, here we go. All right, welcome. I'm Stuart Anderson, joined by Chase Carlson. Welcome, Chase.
Thank you.
And then we have our two special guests. What's up? You guys want to introduce yourselves first, real quick?
Yeah, I'm Jared Reynolds.
And I'm Leah Russell.
So we were lucky enough to spend the last weekend with Jared and Leah. They were part of our Young Dentist program. I'll just explain real quick how we met them and what we've been doing. So part of the Young Dentist program is all of the doctors that participate in the program nominate a patient for a smile design. And we only pick one smile design to work on. And so when we arrive at the annual event, all the young dentists have brought a patient's case. And that all the cases are reviewed. Dr. Hornbrook looks at x-rays, he looks at pictures. We hear the stories of the patients, and each of the doctors kind of shares why this patient would be a great candidate for receiving a smile design. And the reason I say receive is the Crown Council and Utah Valley Dental Lab and David Hornbrook all donate. They all donate to make it possible so the patient doesn't pay for the smile design. So it's kind of like it's like a gift that the Young Dentist program gives to this patient. So when we arrived at the annual event, we worked through how many cases, Chase? I mean, there was probably 30, 35 cases.
Yeah, at least. I mean, there were 40 dentists, and not everybody was able to attend the annual event, but I would say most people presented on somebody. Some presented on two.
And we saw some that were like implants and crowns and like bone grafts, and some of that stuff was kind of out of the scope of the Young Dentist program. Also, some of the cases were more, I mean, they were good, but maybe not like a deserving candidate. Is that appropriate to say, Chase? Like a deserving candidate?
Deserving. I mean, there were some that were just basic cases that, like,
yeah,
they would have been good cases, but just not a lot to learn from.
That's right. And so we went through all the cases. David kind of walked through what he would do, how he would approach the case, and then all the young dentists vote on which person would be a really good candidate for us to work with for the Young Dentist program. And then Jared was voted on and won by a landslide, which was really fun to see, because sometimes they're really close. So there's some controversy. No controversy this time. And then maybe I'll turn this over to you, Chase. Then what happened? You went home and you told Jared, and there was a video of that, which was really cool. Do you want to take it from here? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of start out by the initial, like, deciding that we wanted to go with this and
let's do it.
Nominate Jared. So I decided I wanted to join the Young Dentist program and got information on what kind of a case we're looking for, what type of a patient we're looking for, just kind of like Stuart had just alluded to. And I started thinking about people in my practice that, one, would benefit from a smile makeover, but also would be really good cases to learn from. And I mean, every practice is different. In our practice, there's quite a few patients that would benefit from it, but Jared really stood out in my mind as more of a difficult case, something that I had been looking at and going, okay, is this something I feel comfortable doing? And is it something that I'm going to reach out to mentors to help me through this? Which is kind of what I was planning on doing. But then talking to Jared, I said, hey, I'm doing this course. I'm looking for a patient that I can at least nominate. And if we're not selected, we can at least kind of pick Dr. Hornbrook's mind and all these other dentists at this event. And it'll give me a little bit of a framework to go off of to treat you.
Smart.
And so I brought him in. We took pictures. I kind of told him that I didn't give him any promises. And just, I mean, he was like, I remember you talked to me, you're like, hey, just really try hard because this would be amazing. And I felt the same way. So then it was in January, we went to the annual event, and it was, yeah, like you said, it was 2 days. I mean, we were there. How many hours were we in that classroom?
Oh man,
Stuart?
dude, we did 9 full hours of case presentations.
I mean, day 2, we showed up early. It was like
Yeah,
6:30 or 7
Yeah.
6. And to go over all these
Mhm.
cases. And it was awesome. I mean, we all learned something from every single case, whether it was needed to be a full mouth rehab and over, I mean, too much for this course, or it was too basic. But every single person, we learned something. But then, yeah, everyone decided on Jared. I came back to the practice. I kept that information. I was dying to call him while we were there in Dallas, but I wanted to see his face firsthand, and called him in. And I think we were doing records for some other work that we were doing, and I just had a little note for him that I kind of came in like, hey man, I presented on this. I know I told you there were a lot of patients that were also nominated, and I just wanted to give you this as a thank you. And then he opened it and had the information that he
Boom!
received that, and it was fun.
And it was like there were like probably 50 patients.
Yeah.
But it was
I
cool.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. But because I got to present on you, I wanted to give you this.
Okay,
For letting me do
perfect,
that.
awesome.
I want you to open it.
Okay. Now I'm ready to go. Oh, that's so cool! Really?
Yeah. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. Wow.
That's gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a game changer. You're gonna make me cry, man.
Well, I've been so excited to tell you.
Oh my
I wanted to
goodness.
call you like, no, but I'm gonna see him on Wednesday. I got to hold out.
I know, we're
Oh
so
my goodness,
stoked.
that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's cool because everyone voted and you
That's
won by
awesome.
landslide.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'd be honest, I'm gonna cry. I'm not a crier.
It's
But
okay.
it's pretty,
It's all right.
it's pretty emotional.
Well, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
thinking of Jared, when I was looking at deciding on what patient, I mean, I was just looking for a patient that it would change their life. I mean, it's a financial burden to have this treatment done. And also, like I said, patient that would be good at having 40 dentists watch them.
Mhm.
And Jared is just so easygoing. And I saw his progress here in our practice and his commitment to going through. I mean, we've gone through a whole journey together, and he's been amazing and has really taken major strides in his oral health. And so I felt confident in having him be reliable and show up to this. And I knew it would really benefit him. So that's the reason why I chose to nominate him. I'm extremely excited and just pleased that it all worked out.
Yeah, it's not a normal. I mean, the interaction that you had, Jared, with the dental program obviously is not normal, but very pretty special to be a part of. Maybe, Jared, how about you talk about what it was like to get picked? Was that maybe just talk about that experience?
Oh, to get picked, it was an emotional thing for sure. I'm not a big crier, and he had like the way that it happened. We were just talking, and I actually remember it very specifically because he was talking. We were wearing the same pair of shoes, and we were talking about that. And I was like, "Oh, it's just a normal day at the dentist, like nothing different." And then we were talking about my haircut, and then he gave me an envelope, and it had like the all like the thing inside of it, and it's great. And I didn't break down in front of him, which that was my goal. So and then I got home and I told Leah, and I broke down in front of her, and yeah, I got pretty lucky. I'm pretty blessed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy, wild, like last 7 months for me.
Yeah, cool. Leah, you shared some pretty fun, very touching things Saturday when we were together about what a smile design did for Jared, or I guess could do for anybody. Could you reshare that? Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already emotional. It's I mean, it has been a huge blessing. Jared's not someone to ask for anything, and we couldn't have done this without Dr. Carlson. We kept being told different types of ways we could get him to veneers, and yeah, it was going to cost a fortune, especially in his situation. And it's completely changed him. Like, Jared is someone that's never felt chosen in his life. I mean, you could go into all sorts of details about that, but this was sincerely life-changing. And with him going to get his new job after this, the way that he smiled and just stood taller and all the confidence that came with it. I mean, these dentists, not only are they learning how to do this and expanding what they can add to their portfolio, but they are changing lives. The smile really does it's life-changing. And so he smiles with real happiness. Now before it was that smile where he'd smile because he was happy, but then he was like, oh, quick, let me hide my teeth really fast. But now it's, hey, look at these, I'm smiling. It could be more of a rough situation, but I got these pearly whites. It's gonna make it better.
So
It's been a huge blessing.
Very cool. Chase, any questions for them, like as a follow-up or anything you want to ask?
What was that experience like having 40 dentists look at you? Because I mean, I'm more of an introvert. I'm not a big big group type of a guy. So just the idea of having, I mean,
well, especially when they all paraded in one by one.
Yeah, I mean, one by one, looking in your mouth, and then like asking you if they can take almost like, can I get your autograph? But can I take a picture?
Can I take a picture of your teeth?
So good.
So I mean, how did that make you feel? As honestly, you were a great patient for this, because that would be overwhelming. But like, if for next year there's going to be another patient that's selected, what would you just advise other dentists when they're trying to decide on somebody that would have to go through this?
Great question.
Just be very open to the concept. I mean, I was lucky. I was very, very blessed to receive what I got. And it was a very big blessing for sure. But just be very open to the concept. Like, these people are trying, like, all these young dentists learned all these things, and I learned all these things while I was just sitting there. But yeah, I mean, just be very open to the concept, because it's like, they'll be able to do that for somebody someday as well. And so you get to be the person that they get to try it out on.
Cool.
Just be very open, and I roll with the punches.
Nice. You know, Jared, there was a really awesome time when you first saw the Temps back in June. Just a great video out there in front of everybody. Any thoughts on that first time you saw your smile?
The temporaries were, once again, I kept myself from breaking down because it was awesome. But yeah, that moment was a life-changing moment. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I would think. I panicked, and I was excited, and I was nervous. And yeah, I mean, as soon as it happened, as soon as I saw him, it was like, try and keep back all the tears.
Nice.
And then I called Leah and showed her all the tears.
Definitely a lot. It's changed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I heard from like behind the scenes from Leah's mom. She told, like, because you drove down to her house, right after. And so I saw Leah's mom in our practice just shortly after, and she was telling me how amazing it was. And I mean, it's pretty cool, because it not only has it changed your life, but it's changed the lives of people around you.
Yes, it was crazy. It was a crazy moment for me, for sure.
As excited as we have been and as blessed as we feel, my mom is on a totally different level. She is so happy for Jared.
Nice. We'll interview her next. That's great.
Yeah. She'll have a lot to say.
That's fun. Well, that moment of the reveal over the years has always been kind of an interesting thing to see what happens, because we're kind of ready for it. Even the dentists are kind of like, okay, I mean, even in 2022, the girl that got the smile, she was so young. And when she saw her smile, her first reaction was, oh, they're so big. That's what she said. And everyone was like, ah,
Oh,
like,
no.
and I mean, it took a few minutes, some questions and stuff to get her to, calm down and give a really her true response. But it's a big difference when you see that smile for the first time. So
It is.
very cool.
Yeah, I was mostly in shock. I didn't know what to say. I just kept repeating the same thing. So I vanished.
It was almost for him, it was like until he saw that side by side picture,
Yeah.
it didn't really hit him how big they were, which is funny because we did hear that other people thought they were so big, and him, it wasn't until the side by side that he was like, oh shoot, my teeth were really that bad.
They were just so small.
That's funny. Yep. They were awesome. And I actually have that whole thing filmed. Maybe I'll put it in here with this interview so we can watch we can watch your reaction so everybody can see it. So
Your wife is married?
Yes.
She's gonna be excited. All right, so when you look in the mirror, you can put this down.
Okay. Oh, that's wild. Wow. Pretty
It's
impressive.
nice, huh?
It's crazy.
Chase, you did an amazing job.
Yeah, that's really good.
I haven't had flush teeth. That's wild.
It is wild. It's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for your trust.
very cool. I'm grateful for all of you, grateful for all the young dentists. I agree with Jared. I think that's some pretty profound advice that the patient for the young dentist, what a great starting point for everybody to learn from. What a cool, I said that when we finished up on Saturday, Chase, like I am in awe of what you get to do as a profession, the lives you can change, the impact that you can make just as you get smarter and develop your skills. Like it's so cool to watch how lives can be changed with dentistry. So anyway, thank you. Any concluding thoughts, anyone?
I don't know. I'm blessed to have this happen to me. So couldn't be more thankful, more grateful to everybody that participated and everybody that was part of it.
Thanks, Jared.
Yeah,
This is
well
an
deserving, my friend.
amazing program.
What's that, Leah?
This is an amazing program. I mean, you guys have a great crew in charge of it, and it's like literally life-changing. Doesn't even seem like it does it justice. It's a big deal, and it's gonna help people like crazy.
Chase, what were you gonna say?
I just said that Jared is well deserving of it, and
I agree.
it's been a lot of fun to see him along this journey, and I mean, end with this. It's been awesome.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for sharing. Hopefully, we'll continue to follow Jared on his dental journey. Is that a thing? A dental journey?
Now it is.
Yeah, I
You
mean-
It's
just
been a
ate it.
dental journey.
I mean, it's been a journey. It's been a
Yes.
few years, so we've gone a long way, and it's
We
nice
have.
to kind of wrap things up for the time being and keep it that way.
We're gonna keep it that way for sure.
Nice. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you taking the time to record. Grateful for it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks, Stuart.
That was so good. I need to watch that once a week. Pretty cool to hear that story. What a great profession dentistry can be. That is the real payday to watch that and to see how special and life-changing that can be. Just so fun to be a part of it. There's another one. So that was 2022. This is 2023. So we completed this patient. She was chosen at the annual event last year, and then joined us during the summer months in 2023. So 2 weekends to have her smile design done. So this is another interview and a patient that we worked on for the Young Dentist program this year. So let me share my screen. All right, Gregor, last weekend we had the Young Dentist program. So our Young Dentist program started years ago, almost 20 years ago. And this is an ongoing opportunity that our young dentists in the Crown Council have to be mentored by some of the very best doctors, whether it's cosmetically or our lab, our great Utah Valley Dental Lab, our partners there. This is just a great opportunity for all our young dentists to be mentored by the very best. And we met last week. So we were together here in Salt Lake City. Before we meet and talk about a few of the details, maybe you could give a little background, a little history on the Young Dentist program, how it started, where it started, and kind of our vision behind how it works.
Sure. About 20 years ago, I had a conversation with David Hornbrook, and as we were working on the awards for the annual event, one of the things he offered to us was to take a young Crown Council member, a young dentist, somebody that was, 1 to 5 years out of school, and to take the very best one of those, and he would offer to them a free seat in his cosmetic dentistry course. And we even voted on those. We created a annual Young Dentist of the Year award, and we did that for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. And one day David came to me and he said, you know what? We shouldn't do just one. We should offer this opportunity to all of the young dentists, all of the Crown Council members who are 1 to 5 years out of school. And we should make this a way that we can give to a someone in need a smile.
Mm-hmm.
And so we came up with this idea that we would invite all of the young dentists that wanted to participate to come, and that they could suggest somebody from their practice or someone that they knew who was not able to afford a smile makeover. And then they would vote on which one they wanted to help. And then they would take that case, analyze it, do the smile design on it. We would bring that patient in, do all of the work on that patient, and give that, I don't call them needy, because that makes it sound not what I mean, but someone who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to have this great experience of a really beautiful smile, and have somebody like Dave Hornbrook work on them. And all of the young dentists then would have the opportunity to see exactly how it was done and have the courage to do that in their own practice. And of course, in the last couple of years, we've added Dr. Chase Larson to that equation, who is helping David. And the concept here is, David's view is that he wanted to be a resource to our young dentists and pass on what he knew to them, and hopefully then they would pass it on to the next generation of young dentists.
And that is exactly what's happening. 4 or 5 years ago, Dr. Chase Larson won the Young Dentist of the Year award, and now he's an instructor side by side with Dr. Hornbrook. Hopefully this live stream that we're doing right now, we'll take this recording and we'll post it onto the Crown Council membership website, so the young dentists can have a great introduction, a background to how it started and what it is. Our hope is that, there is so much good happening in the Crown Council. Our older doctors, our more established, maybe I'll use the word seasoned doctors, they know so much. And the Young Dentist program is just one opportunity that this community has to help a younger generation of leaders get into dentistry and get jump started in a way that they didn't have. And that's being able to watch how the Young Dentist program works. Really is that system. It's an awesome opportunity for these young doctors to learn from some of the best.
Well, and it's grown. I mean, in the first couple of years we did this, we had 5 and 10 and
that's right,
15 and then 20, and now we've got nearly 50 every year that take advantage of this opportunity. And it kind of grows organically, because the guys that are in the program want their friends to be part of it, and they recommend their friends to it. And
that's right.
I know you've had to cap it at 50 so that we're sure we don't overwhelm the facility. My favorite part, personally, I love watching the young dentists and I love watching them learn. But frankly, from my perspective, the funnest thing we do is watch the reaction of someone who could not afford to have their smile fixed,
Absolutely.
see something beautiful when they look in that mirror.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do right now. This was just a little introduction to that. We are going to get online with Dr. Mackenzie Faringa and her patient Lily. So as Greg talked about, all of the young dentists who participate year to year. So in 2022, all of these doctors signed up. Then they attended the annual event in Salt Lake City back in January of 2023. And in doing so, they all brought a single case of someone who needed a smile design. They presented that case and then they all voted. And Lily was the one that's chosen. So I'm going to play her submission video, the video that she used to introduce herself to the Young Dentist program. And then I'm going to play her video, her transformation video. So we were just with her last week and she just got the temporaries put on. So I'll play that and then we'll go right into our interview with Mackenzie and Lily. So let's do it.
Terrific.
All right. Hi, my name's Lily. I am a patient of Dr. Faringa at the moment, who's wonderful, by the way. And I'm here to tell you my story about my teeth and my mouth and my self-confidence. So I was raised in a family that was really, really wonderful about dental hygiene. I never had cavities. I didn't have to have braces. It was great. And around 14 or 15, I started really developing issues with my self-confidence, self-esteem, body image, body dysmorphia, coupled with anxiety and depression that was untreated. And it started out as anorexia, and as it wasn't treated, it developed into bulimia nervosa, which in the dental field I'm sure is a common killer. Everybody knows it. Will destroy your teeth. And it certainly did. Anyway, here I am now. I am 22 at the moment, and I've been in recovery for about a year and a half now. And I'm actually, ironically, in the food business now. I cook at a local French Basque fine dining restaurant, and my ultimate goal is to become a chef. I've kind of reframed food for myself into something creative and something that I love and can embrace. And as I've recovered and gained confidence through that, through my abilities, things that have nothing to do with my body, I've gotten to a point where I just want my smile back. And yeah, as somebody that has lost so much confidence, not being able to smile as much as I would like to is difficult, or at least feeling insecure about my smile. So I'm super, super excited to be having work done to restore that. And I'm so, so lucky to have found Dr. Faringa. I consider her a friend at this point. And yeah, as a 22-year-old living in this little apartment, I do not have a lot of expendable income as much as I work. And so I'm really, really lucky and really excited that I have the opportunity to share my story with you all. So thank you very, very much for listening, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.
She thought it was good. You might look into it.
about that face? Well, it's a Fox plane, basically. And then the enter that penitent. All I need is a little. Let me see first.
This reaction's not going to be normal because there's so many.
That's
people
okay. Don't
watching.
worry. Don't worry about that, Lily. Don't worry.
I just want you all to know that like it would be more.
There's zero
involved if
expectation,
there
as you can
wasn't.
tell.
Yeah, it does. It's fine.
Yeah.
100 eyes.
No pressure at all.
Nope.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah, I suppose. Oh wow. Oh my god. Whose mouth is that? Oh my god. That is insane. Wow, thank you so much. Oh my god.
Good job, Lily.
Give Lily a round.
All right. All right, everybody. I'm Stuart. Greg, welcome. Lily, how are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Very good. And Dr. Faringa, grateful you had a few minutes during your workday. I know it's always so busy to.
What it feels like to win the jackpot at the lottery.
Yeah, pretty special.
Dr.
For-
Faringa, maybe will you start by just sharing your experience with Young Dentist Program, how you got into it, and then how you found Lily, how you guys connected?
Sure. So I learned about the Crown Council from Dr. Jared Tyre, who I work with. And so he introduced me to the program and suggested that I join the Young Dentist Program, where we have great mentors like Dr. Hornbrook and Dr. Chase Larson, just teaching us about dentistry, aesthetic dentistry, and patient care. And so that is how I got into it. And then part of the program, we were asked to submit a case. And so I knew Lily because she's been coming in and we've been doing a lot of work together, and I knew that she'd be a great candidate, and she's just a great patient. And so, yeah, she was psyched on it. And so we submitted all the cases, and the case was presented in front of all the young dentists and everyone. We reviewed every case that was chosen, and then together we voted for which person we would like to present with the there's a chosen candidate, and Lily was chosen. And so it was just been great. And so this past a couple Saturdays ago, we all went to the Roseman Dental School, where Lily came with us, and it was just a really great experience to share.
I agree. Lily, I know that we met right after the annual event. Your journey had kind of started a little before that with McKinsey, but maybe your perspective will be a little different, Lily, but just maybe talk about last weekend and what it was like.
Oh man. Well, first of all, it was really, really exciting. Disclaimer to everybody, my tongue is numb because I was just with Dr. Faringa. So I sound a little weird. But yeah, it was incredible. I went in, of course, super nervous. I, at this point, have had a lot of dental work done, so I wasn't like I wasn't worried about pain or like kind of like the invasiveness of the process. I was just kind of like, whatever. More than anything, it's just kind of like emotionally loaded for me. And so I went into it like expecting to be in an emotional state, and I kind of prepped myself for that. And honestly, I mean, there was a little bit of that, but for the most part, I felt so comfortable and so welcomed and like excited to be there. And everyone was just so kind. And I didn't feel like I was, I didn't feel like a spectacle. I just felt like part of the process. And that was so special to me. And
50 of your
yeah,
best friends watching it happen.
yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it was really cool. And
Well,
I
I
did
know
meet
those
a
are
lot of cool
temps on
people.
there and they're beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd be happy if these were the permanents, but
Well, they'll look better than that, and they are very
I'm
nice. So.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
One thing I was reminded of watching the process is how cool this profession is. Like, I don't get to see and be part of smile design. I get to do one smile design a year. Maybe Mackenzie, will you talk about that for just a minute? The prospect of being able to do this for the rest of your career, and just how cool dentistry is. Can you talk about that for a minute? Maybe what you felt watching this transformation?
Yeah, so Dr. Larson was completing the preparations and walking us through the smile design. And so he's obviously has such an extensive background with Dr. Hornbrook. So to learn from the masters, without being part of the Young Dentist program, it would have taken, potentially years to get that experience and understanding. And so it's just really great to learn about that and be able to apply it to future patients and just go in with confidence and be able to be part of the smile design process, knowing about the materials, the aesthetics, the calculations that need to be done, and just, understanding it, from being able to intelligently talk to patients about it and just kind of coach them through it.
Nice. Well, so grateful for each of you. Thankful that we can be part of this process just as bystanders, and just thankful for you, Lily, for letting us share this little journey with you. I know, like you said, it is, I mean, I was nervous just because I don't do it often. So it was really cool to see. And obviously a couple of weeks we'll put the permanent teeth on, but thank you. Gregor, any other thing you want to say?
No, it's just of all the things we do at the Crown Council every year, this is probably the funnest. It's life-changing for the patient that receives it, and it's just a warm feeling for everybody that's in the room. And I'm sure, Mackenzie, I'm sure that like Stuart said, it is so fun for you to see that this is now a talent which you are going to have ongoing and have the ability to change people's lives. So good on both of you.
Yeah.
Good job.
So special.
Okay, you guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, see ya.
See you later.
Bye.
Grateful that if you're still watching, that you'd share those experiences with me. What a fun thing. And in 20 more days, we're going to start a whole new Young Dentist program. So grateful for all the mentors, thankful for all those that make it possible. Utah Valley Dental Lab, Dr. Chase Larson, Dr. David Hornbrook, everybody that makes and is part of the Young Dentist program is such a special way to train the new young leaders of this group. So fun to share those things with you. Obviously, we'll have one more new one this year, and that we're looking forward to it. So, all right, that's it for the live show today. We've got 2 more weeks until we'll be in Austin. So we've got a show next week lined up, and then a webinar the following week with Rectangle Health that they're going to host that meeting for us. And then we'll come to you live from Austin at the check-in area. I don't know if you remember that last year. I'm kind of laughing because we were in Salt Lake City in the ballroom last year. I was walking around with my phone on the live stream, the Croc station. We were in the ball pit. We were making charity kits for some of the homeless in Utah, a photo shoot with a ski lift, the big wheel trike racing. I don't know if you remember any of that stuff, but check-in will be just as fun this year in Austin, and we're looking forward to being together with everybody. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.